Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, this is me Atiq Ahmad with the second lecture. Today our topic is the impact of human beings on biodiversity. Today we will study that what are the impact of human activities on the variety of living organisms on this planet Earth. Introduction. Biodiversity is continuously decreasing due to overpopulation, habitat loss, deforestation, overhunting, introduction / removal of species, and rapid industrialization. So biodiversity is basically continuously decreasing due to overpopulation. This is one of the major and mother cause of the destruction of biodiversity, because overpopulation basically causes so much other problems which affect the biodiversity. We will study one by one teaching points. Overpopulation is the major and mother cause of the disruption, in other words the destruction of biodiversity, because when there is overpopulation, so new residential colonies will be constructed for the new population. Similarly, new shopping malls, new dams, schools, hospitals, etc. should be constructed for the increasing population. Now, for all these constructions, the biodiversity will be destroyed. The forest will be cleared, and on that area, new colonies will be built, new dams, schools, and hospitals will be built. So, overpopulation is the major and mother cause of the disruption of biodiversity. Now, habitat loss and deforestation. In order to cope with the increasing demand of residents, food, and other necessities of life for overpopulation, the forests are cleared for agricultural lands and residential colonies that result in the destruction of natural habitats of species. Now, as we have already discussed, that overpopulation is the major and mother cause of the destruction of biodiversity. So, for the increasing demands of residents, new housing societies will be built. Similarly, new hospitals, new shopping malls, new schools, new dams will be built. For food, various forests will be cleared and their crops will be grown. So again, the natural forest are cut down, and crops and fields for the crops are prepared. Similarly, for other all necessities of the overpopulation, the forests are cleared to prepare agricultural lands and residential colonies, and this will ultimately result in the destruction and the removal of the natural habitats of species. So forests are continuously cleared, and new colonies, new hospitals, dams, etc. are constructed. So when the forests are removed, so as a result, the wildlife will also die out, and they will disappear from that particular area. Now, in Pakistan, forests cover only 5.2% of the land. This is so much less, 5.2%. Overall, around 25% of any country should be forests. 25% is required to fulfill the needs of that particular population. But in Pakistan, due to the deforestation and due to the negligence of the government as well as the regulatory authorities of the forest department, the forest cover just remains 5.2%. So in Pakistan, forests cover only 5.2% of the land, though the forest cover of a country must be at least 25% to maintain biodiversity and to fulfill the needs of the population. So this is the case of Pakistan. Now, what are the major causes of deforestation? So the major causes of deforestation are overpopulation. Again, overpopulation is the mother cause. Similarly, pastures for grazing. Pastures for grazing. For the grazing of cattle, forests are cleared, the trees are removed, and then the cattle are kept there for grazing. So they graze the land. Now this land become infertile, and you can say there is no forest cover now. So this is another major cause of the deforestation, the pastures for grazing. And timber mafia is another major cause of the deforestation, because the timber mafia cut the trees and they sell these trees. So timber mafia basically earn easy cash from this cutting of trees. Unfortunately, the regulatory bodies, the forest department, they cannot control them. Basically their main duty is to control them, but some of the black sheeps in the forest department, they basically give permission to the timber mafia, and in this way the timber mafia are cutting the various forests. Main effects of deforestation are soil erosion. This is one of the major effects of the deforestation. Whenever the forest cover is removed, so the soil erosion will be caused. Now, soil erosion, what is soil erosion? Soil erosion is basically the erosion, the disruption, the removal of soil from any area. Now, whenever in some area there are forests, so basically the roots of the forest, the roots of the trees, basically, they keep intact the soil. But whenever the trees are removed, so the roots are removed. As a result, whenever there are floods, so the soil will be swept away with the water of flood. So this is basically soil erosion. So deforestation basically result in the soil erosion, destruction of habitats for wildlife. Whenever the forests are removed, so the wildlife cannot stay there, because due to the deforestation, the trees are cleared. Now there is no proper shelter for the wildlife to stay there. Similarly, there is no food available for them. Similarly, there is no breeding places for them. So as a result, the wildlife will either die, the various wild animals, they will die out, or otherwise they will move away from that particular area. So the destruction of habitat is another major effect of the deforestation. Another major effect of deforestation is extinction of many species. Many species of the animals become extinct, because due to deforestation the whole habitat is lost. So many species will completely diminish, completely disappear from the particular area from where the forests are removed. So this is another major effect of the deforestation, the harmful effect of deforestation. Floods, this is another effect of the deforestation. Wherever there are trees, so the roots of the trees keep the soil intact. Similarly, whenever there are rains and the flood comes, so the trees become a hurdle to those floods, to the pressure of water. But whenever there are no trees, so whenever the flood will come, so there will be no hurdle. So the speed of the water will increase, the pressure will increase, so the floods will increase. So this is another effect of deforestation, that due to deforestation the trees are removed, As a result, when the trees are removed, so there is no hurdle to reduce the pressure of the water during the rainy season, and as a result, the floods will come. Climatic changes is another effect of the deforestation. Basically, the forests have important role in the formation of clouds and rains. Due to evaporation transpiration process, the water is evaporated from the leaves of the plants, and this evaporated water in the form of vapors when reaches to the upper atmosphere, so it is condensed, and as a result of condensation the clouds are formed, and the clouds then results in the rain. But when there is deforestation, so there will be no evaporation transpiration, because there are no longer the trees available there to evaporate the water. So whenever there is deforestation, as a result there will be no evaporation, no transpiration, as a result no clouds will be formed, and as a result there will be no rain. So the climatic change will happen, because rain is one of the important factor of the whole climate. So whenever there is deforestation, there will be no rain or less rain, and as a result the climate will change. The climate will become warmer and warmer then. And the last point, that is the formation of deserts. This is the last effect which we are going to discuss here. Ultimately, when there is deforestation, so the forest will be cleared. When the forests are clear, so the soil erosion will occur, so the fertile soil will be swept away with the floods, and again there will be no rain, as we have already discussed that there will be no rain then. So after all, that particular area from which the forests are clear, that will become desert, because fertile soil is not there, rain is not there, so further plants cannot grow there. So as a result, that particular area will become desert. Now, what are the remedies? What are the solutions? What are the steps taken? What are the steps that should be taken to reclaim, to recover, to repair the damaged forest, and to maintain the biodiversity, to maintain the forest? So there are two steps. Afforestation is one of the steps. Afforestation is basically the establishment of new forests. So this is basically the responsibility of the state, the government, as well as of the communities to prepare afforestation programs to establish new forests. Another step is the reforestation. Reforestation is basically the process of repairing the damaged forest. So this is the process in which the forest, which is some of the trees in that forest is already suppose removed. So reforestation is the process in which that damage is replaced and new trees are grown in that particular forest from which the trees are cut down. So reforestation is another way to maintain the forest and to conserve the biodiversity. So afforestation and reforestation programs are required to reclaim means to recover, to repair the damaged areas. Thank you. Inshallah, we will meet next time. Inshallah, we'll have another video lecture. Take care.